Welcome to the D times 2 podcast, hosted by sisters Denise and Deborah. We are all about finding balance in the various parts of life. Using the wheel of life as our guide, we explore how to keep each spoke rolling smoothly. We discuss health and wellness, education and spirituality, as well as mental and emotional growth. Join us for real conversations, practical tips, and a few laughs as we share stories, insights, and strategies to help you create a life that feels balanced, purposeful, and designed by you. Good morning, Deborah.
Good morning, Denise.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
Pretty good.
You're looking very tanned.
I've been outside a lot. Yeah. We went hiking. My husband and I went hiking a couple of days ago, and it was hot. It was really hot.
So you didn't go super early in the morning?
No, but even if we had, it still would have been hot. We went on this nice little hike, like round trip. It's an in and out. Well, it's an in and a loop. And total, if you do it once, it's like 1 1/3 mile, easy peasy, nothing too hard, right? So there's a part where you can go up and there's a little stream, and then that's where the loop starts.
I was going to say, I think I know which trail you're talking about. And yes, it is the one.
And we went up and did it and came back around to the stream, which is where the loop ends. And we're like, hey, well, let's just do it again because, that wasn't very much hiking.
It's pretty easy, yeah.
So we did it again. And as we came around, we came across this family. They had like 5 kids and mom and dad, and they were out hiking. And we said hello because we try to be friendly hikers. And we got back down to so they were going the opposite way that we were going because you can go either way on this loop. And we got back down to the little stream and we're like, hey, let's do it again. So we started back up the loop again and we ran into this family again. And so my husband says, hey, have you seen the parking lot anywhere? It was kind of, we knew where we were.
It's a joke, yeah.
It was kind of funny. And the parents laughed because it was funny to them. And the kids were like, what is he talking about? But it was just kind of funny.
Yeah. That's funny. So can I tell you, you can go both directions on that trail, but if it's your first time and you go to the right instead of to the left when you start the loop, it is possible that you can be scrambling straight up a mountain on your hands and knees because the trail is deceptive. Mm-hmm. I've done it twice.
Well, we did that the first time we went around, and I watched my husband walk up there, and then I looked the other way. I was like, you're going the wrong way, pal.
I know. I've been on it once with Mom and once with Tom, and both of them were like, I'll watch you. Mm-hmm. You tell us if it's the real trail. And it was not the real trail either time.
No. So having gone that loop 3 times, I know exactly where to go.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
I just go to the left every time, and then I never go astray.
Yeah. There was a youth group up there having a little day hike spiritual thing, and they had signs reminding the young kids to go to the right, choose the right. And I was like, if you choose the right every time, you always go the right direction.
Yeah, so that's true.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about today?
Today, I would like to talk about our body image.
Okay.
Some people have, I think probably everybody at some point in their life has issues with what their body looks like and is doing.
I would agree probably everybody at some point, and some people it's definitely more an issue than for others.
Yeah. But there's with social media, I think it can be more prevalent because it's there all the time.
Yeah.
Instead of like when we were young, it was only in like commercials or magazines.
Yeah. The tendency to compare against the best of what people put on to social media that's been highly edited oftentimes or perfectly posed. We compare against our normal or our worst perception of ourselves.
Yeah. So we need to be careful of that. Our bodies are, in my opinion, precious gifts. And
we should treat them with love and respect all the time, even if they don't look or feel like we want them to feel.
Right.
So I'm going to share something that I had a hard time with growing up.
Okay.
One of my knees has given me trouble since I was little.
Very young. Yeah.
And I remember dragging myself through the house and because I couldn't walk because it hurt, it was all swollen. And because of the issues that I had, that the muscles in that leg are smaller, noticeably smaller. I was very self-conscious of it. And I had some brothers that would always tease me about it. So that made me more self-conscious about it.
Those punk brothers, I tell you.
And it took me a while to realize it really is okay if one leg is bigger or smaller than the other. Like, it's not going to destroy my life. But as a teenager, it was a kind of a big deal to me. So that's something that I had a body image issue with. And like I said, as I grew older, it didn't bother me. It doesn't bother me anymore.
Did you make your peace with it or just say that's what it is?
Kind of both. Like, it is like it. The saying kind of bothers me sometimes. It is what it is.
I hate it so much, but sometimes it is what it is.
And yes, I have actually been making an effort to make those muscles bigger, but is it really that big of a deal? No, it's not. Because it doesn't really affect its function. If my legs are strong and one leg is stronger than the other, it's not that big of a deal.
So I know what you're talking about because I was there through it. I think when you were younger, it was much more like your leg was weaker. I think it was much more noticeable than it is now. Like, I see you all the time on the pickleball court in your tight shorts. Like, I don't notice it at all. But it did keep you, not necessarily the look of it, but the actual function and the injury that you had to that knee kept you from being able to do things. And I actually thought that was more of an issue than what it looked like, but I wasn't living in it.
Well, I don't know that it kept me from doing a whole lot as I got older, like maybe 10 years and older, because I played soccer, I played softball and volleyball, and I ran track and
always athletic.
Always doing something. And as I got older, it used to swell up and I couldn't walk on it.
Right.
And as I got older, that happened less and less. So I was able to use it more and more.
Do you want to know something that is a fact? Almost everybody is a different size from one side to the other.
Yes.
Like, most people's dominant arm is usually smaller than the other one because they use their non-dominant arm like to carry all the grocery bags, but they'll keep their dominant arm to hold the key to get in the house. So it's doing light precision work where the non-dominant is doing like the brute manual labor work. So oftentimes the non-dominant is bigger. And a lot of times people, like their calves, one will be like up to an inch different size than the other, bigger or smaller, whichever way you're measuring it. And we don't pay attention to that on anybody else but ourselves.
We are our own worst critics.
We are our own worst critics. So I used to get teased by our brothers. They would call me T-Deb because my arms are shorter. Definitely than their long wingspan arms. Okay. Yeah. But mine are a little shorter maybe than they should be. So they would basically call me Tyrannosaurus Rex Deb, but shorten it to T-Deb. And I was like, it is what it is. Just like they would call me Stumpy because I'm the shortest one in the family, but someone has to be.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm fine with it.
We can't stretch out.
I've tried.
So I think the point in those stories is that we all have body image issues. And
Whether we bring them on ourselves or because other people cause it. Yeah.
And some we can do something about, and some we can't.
Is there any body shame that you feel like you carried into your adulthood years? Or do you feel like you made your peace with yourself?
I'm going to say probably about 10 years ago, I started putting on some weight. And
so early 40s. Okay.
And that kind of affected me because I'd have always been
slim and
trim and strong. My life changed. My circumstances in my life changed. And so my body followed suit. Plus I was coming up on perimenopause, and that added to my weight.
We'll talk about that in another episode.
Yeah. But I also, a couple of years ago, came to terms with that. Like, this is what I look like, and it's okay. And I'm just going to do the best that I can.
Yeah. So I'm going to say, and we've talked about my weight a multitude of times on this episode, but that was a shame I carried through a lot of my life because I looked so different weight-wise from all of the rest of you guys, all of the siblings. And I didn't do anything significantly different.
No, you were active too.
There wasn't a good reason for it. So it was almost like I felt I was failing in some way, but I didn't know how to change it. It ends up being a blessing because that's part of why I have learned and studied and got all the training that I've gotten for how to help the body, was so that I could help myself.
Yeah.
And like, it's kind of unfortunate that I truly did carry it as a shame. And there are still times when I could slip into that because I've lost weight, I've gained weight, I've lost weight, I've gained weight. And usually when I gain again, I haven't changed anything.
Yeah.
I just almost feel like I'm being betrayed by my body. Yeah. But my body's doing it on purpose. There's a reason. So what's the reason? Like, don't take the shame, take the reason and fix the reason is how I try to look at it now.
Yeah. And some fixes are easy and some are not.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a mirror moment? When you look in the mirror and
I mean, I've had several.
That is not me. Like, who was looking back at me?
That's not what I feel like.
I felt that way one time when I was getting ready for church. And I put on a dress that I've put on many times. And I was like, I can't wear this. I took it off and I put on one of those, almost like a Spanx deal, so to suck it all in.
Yeah.
And put the dress back on. It didn't help. It didn't help. And I was like, that's not very good. And that was kind of in my early 40s. And I was like having a hard time with the changes in my body. But that was a mirror moment for me. I also had a positive mirror moment. I've talked a little bit about the last 8 months that I've been trying to do better, exercising and eating better.
You've been real deliberate with it. Yeah.
And I looked in the mirror and guess what I could see? Sides of my abs. It was
like ab definition?
Yeah. So I was like, not in the middle. but on the side. And I was like, that's great. Your hard work is actually paying off. You can actually see it.
Yeah.
So that was a good
Well, and that's where it's more about, like, that's kind of aesthetics, but it's the health portion of things that matter more, but we tend to focus on the aesthetics.
Well, the aesthetics for me was a reflection of not only the exercise I was doing, but the dietary changes that I was making.
The effort you'd put in. Yeah.
So it was...
I think both matter.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
So I'm going to say I've had a couple of mirror moments, but for me, it's usually a picture moment. Like, I'll get gussied up to have nice pictures taken, and I will see the picture and think, wow, that is not what I thought I looked like. And it's weird because it's just a reflection. But
the reflection in a picture is different than a reflection in a mirror for some reason.
For me, it is. And I'm just always like, wow. Still a work in progress, Deb. Still a work in progress.
Yeah, well, we're not dead yet, so we're all still a work in progress.
Yes, hopefully so. Yeah.
Hey, Deb,
Yeah.
how many diets have you tried in your life?
You don't even want to know. But honestly, I've lost count. I have tried so many different things, and some worked until they didn't. And there was just nothing.
That's so frustrating. I've tried a few different diets, quote unquote diets, and most of them do ultimately stop working until I tried the Optimal Health Fat Reduction Pack. It's been fantastic.
You've been on that for quite a while at this point.
Like 8 months.
Yeah.
It's doing some good things for me.
So do you feel like that was your missing piece?
I feel like it was a missing piece for me. Yeah. It's made a big shift in what I eat and how I feel.
Yeah. So I think what makes it different for that or with that is that it's a real protocol. So it actually supports your metabolism and supports your hormones, where a lot of diet type things deliberately, specifically work against them.
That's true. I have noticed that it has supported my metabolism, especially. I pair it with clean eating and movement, and it has helped things finally shift for me.
Yeah, it's not magic, but it is the support that your body's been asking for.
For sure. We'll leave a link in the show notes. If you've been stuck, try this. It might work for you.
That's the place to look.
Okay, just a minute ago, you were talking about the difference between health and aesthetics. Sorry.
Say it 3 times fast.
Aesthetics. So to you, what does that mean to you? What's the difference between health and aesthetics?
To me is with aesthetics, you only care about how you look. So it's about being a certain size or fitting into a certain thing. And like you could be skinny fat and actually be unhealthy, but still fit into the old jeans you used to fit into, but you're not healthy.
That's exactly what I was thinking, that skinny fat. I actually, in the last 2 weeks, I've been I'm a people watcher.
Yes.
And I've just been looking at people's, it's summertime and there's more skin out. And there are a lot of people who are skinny and they have no muscle.
Yeah.
They are skinny fat.
I think there's a difference between lean and skinny. Lean to me indicates health because you're trim but fit. There's some muscle there. And muscle does, for its size, weigh more than the same amount of fat for its size. So you could be smaller but weigh more than someone who's skinny fat.
Because your muscles.
Yeah.
Your muscles there.
That's why before I say, like, the scale is only part of the equation.
Yeah. It's a metric.
It's
one metric.
One of the metrics, but the body composition, I think, is what points to health. But also, good body composition will leave you with good aesthetics.
Yes, that's very true. So we talked about skinny fat. Have you encountered people who are overweight, but also have really good markers?
I've been that person.
I know, that's why I asked the question.
I've been that where, like, I'm in a lot of ways the picture of health, but I'm bigger. Part of it does have to do with muscle, like, because I've got dense bones, I've got dense muscle, but still there was some fat associated. But all of my numbers, as far as blood markers, hormones, everything was really good. Yeah. Not just normal, but really good.
Yeah. So it's like we said, it's not just aesthetics, it's health.
Health plus.
Yes.
Health plus the aesthetics.
Yeah.
So I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about, because it's easy to get just stuck on what we see in the mirror or see what we see in the pictures or our own pieces of shame. Okay. But we are pretty, I'm going to say, religious folk, you and I.
We are.
So has faith at all, or I'm going to say a scriptural or an eternal perspective, shifted your view of your body?
For sure. Definitely it has. When I started gaining some weight that felt like it was out of my control.
Yeah.
Two things came to mind. I came across Mindy Pels, and she said that your body gaining weight, like changing shape, is more of a protection and self-preservation
Yep.
than a punishment.
Yep.
Like your body is doing what it can to protect you from whatever is going on in your life. And I thought that was really eye-opening for me. And I totally agreed with it.
I agree with it too. I preach it all the time. I concur, Dr. Mindy.
But I had never thought of it like that. And it really made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
And then another thing that helps me to remember that my body is a gift is that Jesus Christ gave his life for me.
Mm-hmm.
And my body, my life really is not my own. He paid for it. And so for me to take care of myself and to eat healthy, to get good sleep, to exercise, just to take good care of my body is almost a thank you to him.
Oh, that's an interesting way to look at it. I usually think of it along the lines of my body is a temple,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to treat it like the temple that it is. I don't want to junk it up. I don't want to abuse it. I don't want to punish it. I don't want it to be run down and ratty and raggedy.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be in good condition, inside and out. So I try to treat it like the temple that it is. Sometimes it's easier to remember that than others.
For sure. For sure. Because we're human.
We are human.
Something else that I think about is, in the Bible, we're commanded to marry, right? Leave your mother and your father and cleave to your wife or your husband,
Yeah.
if you will. And I think that it is almost a responsibility for spouses to take care of their health. If you are not taking care of your health and doing the best that you can to have a healthy body, your spouse has to pick up the slack.
Yes, that's true.
And I'm not sure that that's fair,
Yeah.
You should both be doing your best to take care of yourselves. Then you can play together and help each other instead of one taking the load.
Yeah, do your part. So the faith aspect of it also has helped me, I'm going to say, in some of the more difficult times. Circling back to what you heard Dr. Mindy Pell say, your body does things out of protection. Me understanding that and having faith that my body wasn't actually betraying me.
Mm-hmm.
It was protecting me. And I needed to figure out what the protection was needed for.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most toxic things that people do is color their hair. And my hand is up. I am guilty of this. I love to play with my hair color. I have for years. And now I love to cover my grays. The best non-toxic hair color that I have found is Polar Hair Care. It is easy. It applies like a shampoo. You only have to leave it on for 10 minutes. It lasts for about 6 weeks. And it doesn't have any of the harsh chemicals and all the nasty stuff in it. Plus, it's infused with reishi, macadamia, jojoba oil. So it leaves my hair feeling better and not dried out and abused. Use the code Debra6334. That's my name, Debra 6334. So if you go to polarhaircare.com/Debra6334, you'll get an awesome discount off your order.
Rather than just slipping into fear, because to me, faith and fear are opposite sides of the same coin.
Mm-hmm.
So have faith that it's happening for a reason, uncover the reason, and address that.
Yeah. So our bodies were designed by the greatest designer ever. Divine design is what our dad used to call that.
Yeah.
Divine design. And there's way more going on inside our bodies than we even know, right? Like science hasn't even uncovered everything that all of our cells and tissues and everything does.
Right.
So it is important to have that trust, that faith, that things are working how they're supposed to. Let's figure out how to help it.
Yeah. So that makes me think of the whole process of thought that your body is on your side.
Mm-hmm.
It's not trying to sabotage you. It's trying to work on your behalf. It's on your side.
Yeah. So here's one. I want to talk about this one really quickly. And it's not necessarily body shame, but it can be shame.
Mm-hmm.
Our society runs a lot on caffeine.
You don't say.
There's a lot of new caffeine products out on the market, and your body is on your side. When you're tired, your body's trying to tell you something. And if you just keep covering that up with caffeine, you're ignoring your body and you're doing more harm than good if you don't stop and try to take care of that.
So, yes, caffeine, but there's other things too. I had a conversation with someone about this the other day. She was an elderly lady. She is very active, had been doing a lot of gardening, and tripped on her way in the garden that morning and really sprained her ankle badly.
Mm-hmm.
And had a full afternoon of walking the entire garden show.
Oh my gosh.
Through town.
After she sprained her ankle?
Yes.
Oh.
And it was swollen. Like yeah.
I bet it was.
She needed it up and she needed to rest, and she wasn't going to. And she said, should I just take some ibuprofen or something? And I said, I would advise against it, because you need to feel what's going on. You need to feel the damage that you're doing to it. And if you do something like that, you're just going to mask it. You're going to cover it up, and you will ultimately make it worse. So if you get to bed tonight, you can take some then, because you're going to be in bed and not making it worse.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was going to say. She could have taken it right after it happened and put her foot up.
But she didn't.
Yeah.
She just wrapped it up and went on about her day.
Because heaven forbid we take a time out.
Yeah.
Let our bodies do what they need to do.
Yeah. She was like, I just don't have time to. And I was like, well, you might be forced into having time, but for sure don't mask the pain.
Yeah. So that's the same thing like when you are trying to get into shape again.
Mm-hmm.
Like your body is going to give you clues as to what is okay and what is not.
Yes.
For example, I went in to see a personal trainer just to get some ideas as to what I could do to help my leg that's weaker. And he had me do something called sissy squats.
Oh, yeah.
Where you stand with your feet in like kind of a brace kind of thing, and you squat backward like you're sitting down, and you stand back up. He had me do a couple of those, and I was like, this is not good for me at all. And my knee hurt for 5 days after. It was so bad. And I was like, that was not, I should have told him no. I know better.
Well, and that's the thing. You know your body best. And if you will listen to it and pay attention to its cues and signals, and sometimes its screams, then
it's okay to stop. It really is okay to just stop. Just pause.
So I did that on Saturday. I had been mowing our lawn. I did all of the front, and I was partially done with the back. And we have a hill in our backyard, and on the hill, I kept rolling my left ankle, like probably 4 or 5 times. And because of that, my back started hurting.
Mm-hmm.
And I, at one point, parked the lawnmower under the apple tree in the shade and just went inside and laid down.
Good job. No shame.
I stopped. I was like, I really would like to get that done, but this is hurting me. I need to stop. And so it went unmowed, the rest of the lawn. Like, it was so difficult for my perfectionistic brain to do. And I told Tom, and he looked at me and he was like, I am so proud of you.
For stopping?
For stopping. Yeah. I'm so proud of you, because you know what would have happened. He probably said it 6 or 7 times. And I was like, okay, so at some point the lawn needs to finish getting mowed.
You say, you're so proud of me, now go finish.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So sometimes we're better at it than others, right?
Yeah.
I've had clients, I'm thinking of one in particular who came in last week, and I've worked with her for a couple of years now, and she has gotten so much better at listening to her body's cues.
Good.
The foods that it wants, the liquid that it wants, the rest that it wants, that she is almost just sailing through.
That's
like
great.
She's doing so much good because she's honoring that. And when her body tells her something, she responds.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
We should do more of that. We should listen to more of what our body is saying.
You might be thinking, I've tried every hair care line. Why would this one be any different? Same. I thought that too. But here's what I noticed with Polar Hair Care. It doesn't just coat your hair. It actually feeds it. A month after I started using it for color, the breakage in my hair stopped. The shine started coming back, and I immediately reordered a couple more packages, which I've never done with any other hair color. Polar is the only line that's lived up to the hype for me. We'll put the link in the show notes. Give it 30 days, and if your hair doesn't change, you have my permission to email me.
Okay, let's kind of wrap this up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think coming home to yourself actually looks like in a daily or weekly practice?
As a practice, I'm going to say for me, it's a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling comfortable in my own skin.
And how do you do that on a daily basis or a weekly basis?
I don't know.
I think for me,
I don't know.
I think for me,
It just is.
but if you're having a hard time with your body image, how can you come back to yourself, come home to yourself on a daily or a weekly basis?
I understand.
And I think for me, when I decided last October that I wanted to be a person that exercised, because I really do love it.
You do. Yeah.
I really like to get in there and lift heavy things or play on the pickleball court or hike or whatever. Like for me, I need to do that 3 or 4 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
That feels really good to me. And also getting a really good night's sleep, because sleep helps me have a clearer head and more energy, and I just feel better. And then also cutting out garbage food. Those kinds of things help me feel better in my own skin. Oh, and also gratitude. I do at least 5 gratitude things as I like a gratitude prayer meditation in my bed before I go to sleep.
Every day.
Mm-hmm. And that really helps me remember what is really important, and that I'm grateful that I have a body I can move, and because that's always on there. I'm grateful. I'm grateful I did this today and I could do that today. So,
okay, I understand the question better now. So as a practice, I'm going to say one of the things that I do on a very regular basis that helps me come home to myself is that I listen to my activations app.
Yep.
Because it reminds me who I am and where I'm going. And it has music that sets like the stage, like puts me in the right state.
It's mood music.
Yeah. And then the words that are said or that I'm saying to myself through it remind me who I am and where I'm going. So for me, that one is really powerful. And I do use that app at least once every day, oftentimes more than that. I'm going to say checking in with Tom, because, I mean, again, I've said this so many times on the podcast, we just don't get a lot of time with each other, but our check-ins with each other are like, this is what it's about. This is who I am. This is what I'm for. This is where I'm going.
And do those check-ins help you with your body image to feel more at home with your
They
own
do,
self?
because I don't know, it's almost like I see myself through the love of his eyes, like how I actually am, not where I look sometimes at all my faults and flaws.
Gotcha. That's a good one.
Yeah. So I don't like saying that it's dependent on another person, but it just reminds me.
Yeah. Like you said, to be able to see yourself through his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to come home to yourself and remind yourself that you are You're okay.
You're okay. You were created by divine design according to God's image, and you are a child of God. Like, that's the bottom line. And what did they used to say? God don't make no junk.
That's right.
So don't treat yourself like junk. And I know I feel more myself when I treat myself like the temple I am and not like junk.
Yeah.
And I don't beat myself down. I build myself up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Treat yourself with respect.
Yeah.
The respect of a human being.
Sometimes it's easier than others, but we are human. We are all works in progress.
We're just looking for a B.
Yeah.
A B, not an A. We're not 100% A students. An 85 is okay.
Yeah. I like an A, but a B will do.
It will. Okay, so if you found anything helpful or useful in this episode, make sure you share it with somebody that you think might be helped by it.
Yeah. And remember that we have resources available for you. Anything we've mentioned on here, you can always access through our website. It's called a website, the d2podcast.com. So dx2podcast.com. We have links and free resources and downloads for you there.
And find us on social media. Follow us, like us, comment, ask your questions, because we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. So until next time,
Keep your wheel rolling smoothly.
bye.
Thanks for listening to the D2 podcast with Denise and Deborah. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Be sure to subscribe and share it with someone who's ready to roll toward a more balanced life. Your support means the world to us. And just a quick note, we're sharing our own experiences and ideas, not professional advice. Always do your own research and talk to a qualified expert before making big decisions. Until next time, keep your wheel rolling strong.